buttery soul with layers of funk, jazz, and a kwaito bounce. Well, he's taken this a step further with his latest single, labeling it as a firm elucidation of his own sound, whilst candidly displaying his influences and palette without shallow mimicry. Now, his name is Njabulo Seh, and he joins me now to tell us more about his latest single and live performance at the Winnies Soul and Jazz restaurant in Center next Saturday. But a very warm welcome and a good morning to you.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, now, how would you describe your sound, briefly?
A blend of old school soul influences, and then I honed my skills studying jazz and popular music.
Oh, really?
So there's a tangible jazz influence there, but I wouldn't describe myself as a jazz musician. So it's neo soul brought home to South Africa.
Yeah, and what has the response been to your single Kwaito?
Kwaito received overwhelming support when it came out last year. It got decent airplay. And as you know, Kwaito is a KZN colloquialism.
What does it mean?
It means kulega, relax.
Yeah. What has been the inspiration behind that, the title on its own?
Reassuring your lady. You know, as gentlemen, we do certain things that make our woman feel like, okay, what's going on there? So it's a love song about reassurance.
Right, right.
But I'm really excited about the new single, Mama Uthando, which is an ode to my own mother and black women in general and the unique struggles that they face. So I'm super excited about Mama Uthando.
Yeah, take us through that.
We all have mothers who go to the ends of the earth to provide for us, and particularly black women make immeasurable sacrifices to raise whole families, and often by themselves. So that comes from that place, to celebrate her love, to show her that I see her sacrifice and what it took to raise me.
Yeah. So personally, how is your growth reflected in this single?
For one, Mama Uthando went through about 4 or 5 revisions where I wrote the song and started performing it and recorded it, and then, no, maybe the chorus needs to move here, maybe the bridge needs to move here. So as I was growing as a musician and as an artist and as a human being, I added richness to the sound. I refined it over time. And it's a much more demanding song, technically, to sing than Kwaito.
Yeah. And the arrangement is quite different, and it taps into the kind of work that you did previously. Tell us more about that.
I mean, I've worked with, as a songwriter, I've worked with people like Yomale, on Under My Skin, Yowanda Baloys, and more recently, Brian Timber, who's an incredible singer. So you sort of hear that common thread through the music.
Sure.
And the dense layers of backing vocals, to anyone who listens to D'Angelo, they'll recognize it immediately.
Sure. So any future collaborations for future projects?
I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I've reached out to a few people locally and internationally. I'm a dreamer.
Dream on.
So I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that I hear back from them saying, you know what, let's work, man. Let's make some music.
Yeah, sure. Okay, let's talk about your performance at Winnie's. What can we look forward to?
I hold nothing back when I'm live on stage. That's where I truly get to express myself. That's where I'm most vulnerable and honest.
Is it?
Yes. I'm completely, emotionally speaking, I'm completely naked on stage.
And you just lose yourself in your music?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's my happy place. If you want to get to know me as a person and as an artist, come and see me live at Winnie's on the 29th, and people can make their bookings now. And I'll also be performing a few days later at the Orbit on the 2nd of August.
Oh, in Braamfontein, that is?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So what is it about performing live that is so close to your heart and it makes you think, okay, this is what I want to do, this want to do for the rest of my life?
To be honest, people often get asked, well, do you prefer the studio? Do you prefer live performances? I love the process of making music in general. Whether it's studio, I could live a whole week in studio, crafting something, getting to the specific sound that I'm looking for. And live on stage, it's a completely different experience because you're you're interacting directly with your audience, and the feedback is immediate. If they love something, they'll be oohs and ahs. And sometimes they'll be so impacted by something, they'll be dead silent. So that immediacy of interaction and feedback is thrilling.
Yeah. And about those oohs and ahs, what is that message that, having listened to your music, what is it that you want to impart into my soul, into my spirit?
I sing a lot of love songs. So if your lady is coming to my show by herself, that's a really bad idea. That's a really bad idea. You need to be next to her holding her hand.
Most definitely. Definitely.
And I do touch on some socio-political subjects. A song like Blindfolded Freedom talks about the crossover into our democratic dispensation and the expectations of largely the black population of what it meant to be politically free, and the illusion that getting to choose and pick your own leader translates into economic freedom, which it doesn't. So I delve into those issues on a song like Blindfolded Freedom, which is also on my upcoming album, Brand New Old School.
Fantastic stuff. Njabulo, all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. That is a Durban-born and raised Njabulo Seh. He's an accomplished performer, recording artist and songwriter, speaking to us about his upcoming performances at the Winnies Soul Jazz restaurant in Sandton on the 29th of July. And stay tuned to Morning Live to get a taste of what is in store for you come next Saturday.